wake up, wake up. I just got back. Wake up, wake up. I need to come out these clothes. I don't like this to sit on the bed with outside clothes on. I know this crop top didn't. He got my food. Where my shoes at? I was leaving something. Not that I was gonna eat it anyway, cause I'm still full. Hello, hello. Let me see what I just did with the keys. Oh. Hold on. What's that noise? You hear it? That must be the train. Give me a second, y'all. Hello, hello. So I just came back from very interesting night. Really, really good. We have lots to talk about. But I left my food in his car. And so now he's got to come back. I don't know why that keeps happening. Hey, Jerome. Oh my goodness. Can y'all see me in the light? There you go. You gotta put it over the fence. You unlocked the fence already. Hold on. No, I'm not. I refuse. There's a fence. Okay. Let me lock up. Hold on. You see that? It's so loud. food in the fridge. Hold on. Let's see what I put here. Ooh, okay. All right. Okay. Let's read this chat. Hello, Yanilis? Yanilis? Hey, Jerome. Hey, Q. Tell me he's not there. I'm going to follow you up. I had fun. Had a lot of fun. We had some good conversation. And he brought up some really good, valid points, which I don't know that we've ever discussed. And it's probably more than, it was a few. But I was like, oh, I'm definitely bringing it to the guys on the chat because it made so much sense. Someone talked to us about it. So he said, yes. So he said, honestly, he was like, I messaged him, and he was like, sure. He's like, I'm just leaving work, blah, blah, blah. Come scoop me up. So he said, honestly, I don't know what this is. And I said, well, in my mind, he said, and a lot of men, he said, honestly, we don't know unless you tell us what it is. And I said, well, in my mind, I thought it's already understood. And I said, but that goes to communication. Like, what is this, right? I said, if you pick me up after hours and it's dark outside, to me, that's already a date. And so he was like, honestly, I didn't know what it was. Because, we didn't have no discussion about it. You just like randomly was like, hey, what you doing? He's like, oh, you're in town? Okay, cool. Let's do this. So I was like, oh, that is such a good point. And so I said, let me bring that to you all. How often is it that do you know what it is when you go out with the female? Like, do you already know it? Is it a date? Is it we're just catching up? Is it we're just talking? Like, how do you know exactly what it is? Because I think that also gets muddied. And so that plays a part to what to expect in that scenario. So he was like, basically he was like, so I can play both sides. He was like, I can dial it up, I can dial it back. He said, but I really just kind of got to go by ear because I really don't know what it is that we're doing at that time. So does that make sense? Understand him not knowing because you reach out. Right. Exactly. So I was like, interesting. So, yeah. We had some really good conversation. And we talked about how he said men will talk to you. And then he said, when we disengage, we do something else. He's like, they say that men are dogs. He's like, some of that is true in the fact that he said we are very almost like easily distracted, like squirrel. Oh, it's a squirrel. And then you're on to the next thing. And so he said, I could read your message. He's like, if I had read your message and wasn't in tune and staying focused, I'll go somewhere else on a tangent and then I'll completely forget that you even messaged. He was like, and then leave you and then leave you red for 3 days, right? You know. So I was like, okay, I guess I could get that too. So the person who initiates should set the tone. Okay, that's fair. Yeah, that's fair. So I like that. I like that. It makes total sense to me. Yeah. So it was a good night. We had a really good conversation. A lot of stuff that we talk about in here, it just was a different perspective. Because I tell him, we talk about a lot of stuff here. He's like, well, how much of it is you talking about it versus actually experience? So I said, well, that's true. I said, we'd go live every night on here, but to have those real life experiences was good to have them too. To coincide with all the things that we talk about in here. And I said that I still have times where I go to type something in. I was like, oh, this is probably, he didn't need to know all this, so let me dial it back. And he was like, oh, thank you. He was like, because what I'm going to do is, I don't care how much you write in there, I'm just probably going to respond with no problem, or got it, or okay. He said, so he said, you don't like, he was like, you say to me, you saved yourself a paragraph, because I'm probably not going to read it anyway. I'm just going to. I said, I said, I'm trying to be more conscious of my words so that way I communicate better. How did I put this back? I was supposed to bring this back up because this is what we use. Hold on. I put it back instead of bringing it up. It was already set up for me. Hold on. I didn't charge it long enough, though. I don't know how long it's going to stay charged, but. So. Hold on. And that's what I was saying to him. I was like, how is it that, I was like, there are guys in chat who can literally write like 5 words. I was like, I would have had to write like 2 paragraphs for what you said in 5 words. That is crazy to me how y'all do that. I love the idea of it, but I have not figured out how to master it just yet. So there's that. Hold on. Change coming. Hold on. All right. All right. Less is more. Right. Like, even how you say less is more. There's a show that's like 25 words or less or something, 5 words. I don't know what it is. But I feel like I need to be like that. I need to learn how to just use less words. I think I'm almost using filler words at all of my conversations. That's why my lives be so long. I be trying to get all this stuff out my brain. Oh, look, I just saw one. Singing the day. I don't know. God, singing after days, single days, her number. I wouldn't say that. I would say it's different now, though. It's a good different, though. It's a good different. But it's fun. It's fun. I like the idea of getting to know somebody and really getting to like I told him, I said, as I don't eat meat, but I was like, give me the meat, right? Like the meaty conversations. Give me something that is substantial, has some good like stuff to it, you know. Hey, Deem. Hello, L Bug. Hey, Terry. IDK. Jerome. Oh, he's gonna talk to us. What did you like about bro that made you reach out? So, it was good. It was not a tree. It was a human. It was a lot of fun. Give me the well, that's exactly how he put it. He was like, I was like, you know what I meant though. Some, meaty conversation, not necessarily meat. I did say, I was like, yeah. I was like, I don't eat meat, but give it to me. Give me meat. But yeah, so what I did was somebody else had messaged me and said, I really thought I had it. Something he said, something crazy. And I was like, okay. So I called his bluff and I was like, okay. I'm sorry, I'm in town. He was like, well, I don't get off work till so and so. I said, okay. And then I said, what time? Left me unread the rest of the day. So I was like, okay, well, I'm already up and ready to go out or whatever. And I haven't been like fully dressed or nothing. So then I was like, okay, let me just message somebody. No need to waste a good, I'm like in the energy of wanting to go out now. So had he not messaged, I probably wouldn't have. So initially it was, going to be somebody else. But once he said it to me about being like the squirrel, like y'all, you see something and then you immediately go somewhere else, then that's probably, you know what I mean? I know, but don't say that to me. And then I'm like, okay, cool. He's like, okay, I get off at 6. If I get off at 7 or 8. Okay, and that's at what time? Then you write back at, don't say nothing else the rest of the night. Like I think I checked maybe about 20 minutes ago. He still hadn't wrote back. I don't think you actually got to it. So now when you come back to me and you say something else to me, you had your chance, right? Don't you feel like I gave you a chance? Okay, cool. That settles that, right? Now granted, he might have gone on something and did something and forgot or whatever the case is. That's not my problem. I'm only here for a limited amount of time. So, but tonight was fun. It was a lot of fun. Yeah, I'm gonna see him tomorrow too. So yeah. So, let me see. Probably had what? Cute. Cute. She really. In the words of Aysia, your days are numbered. Did I say that? Did I just say that? Oh, no. To keep your analog. If a dog has a ribeye in front of him, he won't notice the squirrel. We prioritize what we want. The squirrel shit isn't an excuse. Well, you prioritize what you want. Okay. That's fair. But I will say that even though, yes, you prioritize what you want, if in fact, so we had this conversation tonight about you, like me and you are talking, right? Guy girl talking. And there's a way that women get a better response when we talk to you all based on what we say. If I say, I don't like it when you da. He's like, we are immediately tuning you out. He was like, immediately. Like, if you come at me like that, he's like, I'm looking at the lights, I'm looking at the door, I'm looking at so and so. He's like, I'm immediately tuning you out, not paying you no attention. He was like, but we can multitask if we choose to. He said that you all can do 2 and 3 things at once and listen to a female at the same time. He said, but women, we can't do multiple things at one time, but we can focus our attention longer than you can. So you can do multiple things at one time, but you can't focus as long as we can. And we can't do multiple things, but we can focus longer than you can. So it's just an interesting thing. So we actually left and went to get something. We went to get dessert. So we had I was eating ice cream and walking and talking. I was like, I can't do wait. I was like, look, I can't like look down and eat and walk and talk to you. Look, fuck, look, I can't. We gotta sit down. And so he laughed about it because he could do all right. So I thought that was funny. Yeah, good conversation. As like all the stuff that we talk about here, and then kind of like almost like an experiment with the actual person. So yeah. Aysia said it without saying it. Oh, okay. Shout out to God though. Date night was cool with Crystals. Ex came in the store. Really? Until Crystal's ex. I don't know. We had to come back to yours. Let me finish mine and come back to yours because I feel like it's the circle. The exes are coming back in town because it's the season, right? You had yours first. She just had hers tonight. So I know she's hella bubbly right now because she had you on her arm. So I know you might be feeling some type of way, but she was probably just as glee as all could be because my man is right here. And so my ex got to see my new man, and so she's on cloud 9 right now. You might not like it that you seen him, but she's probably just, overjoyed. Because that's like the perfect scenario, right? Like, you see, right? So I'm sure she was great. No, because why would you flatline him? You got the girl, right? Emotions, remember? Emotions at all times. You don't need to portray anything you already won, right? Like, you already won. That's how you command attention. That's how you. We'll come back to that. All right. Fred, you gonna where was I at before Dean jumped in and said that? Oh yeah. So in conversation, if I come off like, I don't like that you did this and this and this and da da da, you're gonna immediately tune me out. And so I'm talking, but you're not hearing me. You're not. He said true, but I'm like. Well, you just tell him, look, you remember like in back in my day, we used to say, take a picture, it lasts longer. Don't follow me. Okay. looking at me like, hey, Blue. I know, Dean. The guy with the lefty and righty. No, keep it clean. You don't always have to fight. Everything don't always have to be a fight, right? Like, no. It's not the one I want. There we go. I mean, I could use this one too, but that's not the one I want. Hey, Luke. How are you this evening? I was like, let me get on here. I was like, I know they're going to be up anyway, because that's what y'all do. We normally be up late anyway. And it's Friday night. Where else y'all going to be? Ain't nobody on dates, but apparently me and Deem. Anybody else went on a date? Robert, you on a date? What store was y'all in? I'm glad y'all go out on dates regularly. That's good. So what is that dynamic for you all, Deem? We did talk about that too. He would a whole bag of white chips in his mouth. That's for sure. What? He would what? He would a whole bag of white chips in his mouth. I don't know what that means, but food. And what did she tell you about her ex? What was her story about her ex? It seemed random. Oh, okay. I mean, well, random things happen all the time. See how you react. How did she react to you? Did you know that was her ex? She had to point him out. She probably had to tell you, right? Because y'all hadn't seen each other in years. So you wouldn't know that was her ex unless she said it to you. Oh. Oh, that's autocorrect. But why would? I'm like, would what? How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? That's the only thing I know. He was clingy and obsessive with her, and she didn't even know he was in the store until I said, oh, gotcha. So where's she at now? So Woodwood is crazy. It is, right? I'm like, Woodwood what? Because what were you going to say, Blake, though? No, Blue, we don't promote hands for no reason. Yeah, he said it wouldn't matter. It wouldn't matter either or. He's okay either way. Because he already has kids. Should have laid. She's good. She's watching this TV show called Love After Lockup. You know why she watching that? Just in case you get locked up. Looking at that dude like that. Like you about to fight him. That's why she watching Love After Lockup. She's gonna look at my life like, if Dean fights somebody, I'm gonna be. She don't want that kind of life, Dean, okay? I know. I'm not saying she was expecting him to, but what I am saying is if you have a temper and she's watching Love After Lockup, her life would be that. Love After Lockup. That's what I'm saying to you. I'm saying you have to get your temper into you just have to check yourself because you be wanting to pop off. That's why. That's exactly why I said that. She said she doesn't want me to go to jail or prison. Exactly. That's why she's watching Love After Lockup. Because she can already see that in her. She can already foresee what that looks like. She knows you like that. She loves you and she knows she'll stay. But who wants to live like that? Everything happens for a reason. Okay? That was your future showing you in real time what that looks like. I thought I was so cute today. Can y'all tell I put blush on my cheeks? You can't really tell, right? I don't know. I just be playing in makeup. Let me see. Oh, yeah. There's a little pink on there. I didn't say you're going anywhere, but if you trying to beat people up, you gonna be at Joliet Correctional Center. Did I say it right? Is it Joliet? Is that it right? Joliet. Oh man. Let's see how I'm gonna do this. This needs to go to this. But this needs to go to I don't think I can do it. Oh, I got it's decent light. Y'all can still see me, right? It's alright. So, but I wanna I definitely need to go on some more dates though. Just to see. Just to ask the questions, you know? To see what's out there. Different perspectives. I'm like my Cali peeps a lot staring means you either know me or you got a problem with me. Gotcha. Yeah, he probably was. How long had it been since they've been together though? So you think he was staring at you or he was staring at her? Huh? And then question for you fellas in the chat anyway. When you see an ex of yours with somebody new, are you staring at her or are you staring at him? Are you dating for a husband or just personal research? I'm dating to date. Dating for marriage is different because I feel like I'm just now getting back out there, right? Like I haven't dated in years. And so I'm literally just, I feel like I'm actually dating with a purpose, and I'm asking the questions. I'm not going off of, oh my gosh, I'm just having a lot of fun, right? Um, I'm not going off the, oh, he's really cute, or he's really this, or he's really that. I'm literally just putting myself back out there and seeing what's out there and seeing the response I get and seeing how I'm feeling. Like, how do I feel when I'm in your company? How do I feel when I'm in your presence? Do I feel adored? Do I feel cared for? Do I feel safe? Do I feel like a connection? How is the conversation? Does it flow? Are there awkward moments? If there are awkward moments, why are they awkward? Was it something that, you know what I mean? Like those kinds of things. Like I'm not staring. I'm saying what up and keep it moving. Okay. I said, all my exes after I left. I didn't see Dean. Are you here? You're not hearing me. You're not hearing me. You're just saying stuff. You're not hearing me. Because my questions are valid, but I think you're giving me a response that you think I want to hear, but you're not answering the question that I asked. She knows. Let me see. I just looking at, okay, and I'm like, Callie peeps staring. Okay. Okay, she said it's been 3 or 4 years. 3 to 4 years is a very long time. She may not look the same 3 and 4 years from now, right? And so if he's staring, he could be like, where do I know her from? Right? Is that her? Is that her? That's what I'm thinking. So I don't immediately think that it's anything else. And it's like, oh wow, okay, that is her. She looks, then you start to reminisce, like, oh wow, okay. But I don't think it's, he was staring directly at you, or you thought he was staring directly at you, but maybe he was looking at her. That's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm asking in the chat. I'm like, normally when you see an ex, not that you feeling type of way about her, but when you see her and you see her with somebody, do you pay more attention to her or him? That's all I'm saying. And you said F all them, make no exception. I didn't say either or. I'm just saying when you notice them, who do you notice first? That's all. It's not like I see she gonna tell. Oh my goodness. I'm not staring. I'm saying what up and keep it right. Okay, right. So you just say hello and keep it moving. So you at least you do acknowledge her though. That's what you're saying. That's what I'm saying. He probably recognized her, but who knows what she looked like 3 or 4 years from now? You know what I mean? Like I've seen people. I'm different. I'm a rare breed. Most people don't look like me. So when they see me back at the church after 3 years, and he was like, "Dang, you look the same. You look good." I know. Most people have put on COVID weight and ain't taking it off yet. So, what does she look like? I don't know what she looked like. But she probably had a different energy about her. She probably had a different air about her. And because she's happy and she's really like in love, she is going to exude an extra level of energy and an extra level of like ambiance that is very infectious, right? It's very she probably has a glow to her and he could feel it. So when you see somebody staring, that's probably what it is. He's still in tune. You know what I mean? That frequency is still there. He's still in tune with that energy. And it's powerful and it's strong. and she's happy. That's you, sir. You can take credit for that, okay? You can take credit for that. You just don't have to get angry and fight nobody. I'm just letting you know. Okay. Hello, King. Oh, hey, King. How are you? See, but if you don't say anything and you walk past, like you're angry, right? That's almost the energy is giving. Like you're still mad, like y'all not together or whatever the case. And that could be completely different. But at least by acknowledging that you see them say, oh, hello, just like Q said, you acknowledge, but you keep it moving. But you act like you don't know who, like, you don't act like they don't exist. Yeah. That just seems more petty to me. But teach their own. Good night, King. Okay, so you'll notice. Wait a minute. You said I'll notice the X. So you mean you'll notice your ex? That's what you mean? You'll notice your ex first because you know that they don't like you. Like if you had saw Danielle with somebody in there, you would do what? What would you do? What would you have done? You would have walked past like you didn't know she existed. I noticed her first, but show respect to him also. Yeah, I speak to both. Okay. I like that answer, Q. I love that answer. Right? Because it keeps it cordial. You keep it moving, but you acknowledge that it happened, right? Like, you can't act like it didn't exist, right? Now, see, I still have to work on myself because I'd be like, "How are you?" Like, I'll be like, "Oh, honey, this is so and so." So, like, how you been? Like, anybody? I'll be like, "Oh my god, how you been? It's been like what, like 3 or 4 years? You look." Then I'm like, "Oh shit, you can't say you look good because then you gonna get mad. You gonna get mad." I mean, you look how you look. I tell everybody to look good. I don't care how big they. I feel like everybody needs a little bit of like happiness in their life, even if you have gained like 30 pounds. I'm like, oh my god, you look good. Girl, yes, absolutely. I don't need to rain on your parade. You already know how you feel. I'm only seeing you for 5 seconds. He definitely wouldn't get the chance. Yeah, she's gone for sure. I wasn't mad at the moment. I was staring back at him. She didn't say anything to him either. Yeah, that's probably what makes it weirder. Because y'all just doing this. Just say hello and keep it moving. Because now y'all made it awkward. You staring, she's staring, she's staring at you, she's staring at him, he's staring at you, he's staring at her. Like, y'all doing too much. Y'all gave me a headache just now. Yes, but I don't say anything to her. I think you should speak. I think if you know somebody and you know that's somebody, you speak or wave. A nod. I don't know, like the men do, right? Y'all do a nod, right? A nod, a wave, something. What's up, man? You know what I mean? Like, something simple. Like, don't overthink it. But that back and back staring is just, yeah. You're doing too much. I got bit by an ant today. In my grounding, by the way. Sorry. I'm not saying you have to spin the block. I didn't say spin the block, but you could say hello. You could nod, wave, That's all I'm saying. it's just it's just being cordial, right? Because we grown now, we adults. I can walk past you and say hello, knowing that you blew my back out 3 years ago. Hey, I'm gonna stop. Don't mind me. I'm a mess. Okay. I won't even park on the corner of the street. Huh? What are you talking about? Aysia would be grinning all in her ex's face. Not all of them, but like I'm good with everybody, right? Like think about the fact that I am the type of person, if we are an ex, I probably know your family, right? So it would be weird for me not to walk past you and not say anything, right? I'm gonna ask, how's your mom? How's your sister? Right? How's the family? Do they ask about me? I know they loved me, of course. Let me get this tea. How are you? Are you dating? Still single, huh? Dang. You should work on that, right? Because you still probably doing the same things you did with me. That's why you still single. But that's your fault. But listen, how is the family? So I can go back to the family so they can also say how much they miss me. I know. But your son ain't want to act right. That ain't my fault. All right. You like they form a correction. Now my grandma always said if I don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything. You can't say sup. You can't sup. Hello? Hi? No? I think you be taking stuff very literal. Asia gonna see her ex and be like, so how's the wife? Facts. Facts. Because what we had was in the past, right? Like, you should, like, once you start dating somebody else, like, you don't ask them about the past unless it came up in conversation. The past is null and void. It do not matter, right? It should not matter. So if we're watching, oh, that's my ex, you know what I mean? But if I make it weird, then it's weird. If I make it cool, calm, and collective, like, oh, it's my ex, you know what I mean? Like, then it's fine. But if I'm tense and nervous, oh my God, I don't do, then it makes it a whole issue. But if I pass off if it's nothing, then it's nothing, right? Because if I make it seem like either I'm nervous about him, I'm nervous about you, I'm nervous about what we did, then there's more discussion to be had, right? Or it leaves it uneasy. But it doesn't have to be like that. If I leave it like, oh, he's so and so, then we go on about our day, going about our business, and it doesn't come up a conversation ever again, right? Like ever again. Everything is a test. All right, if a woman ghosts me, I ain't saying a word. If we're cordial, I'll say hello. Keep it short, especially if she's with somebody. You got ghosted? Women be ghosting? What did you say? What did you say to her, King? Hello, Abigail. I love that name. Hello, Abigail. Let me see. Deem says, Asia, what Brian McKnight do? I ever cross your mind? Yes. So it's interesting that you said that about her ex because mine just messaged me yesterday. So I mean, that's why I said it's the planets. They're coming. They have to come back around. They have to. It's the order. It's the order. These are tests. So that's why I'm getting my reps in. So you get your reps in, so that way, when they say whatever slide thing they gonna say, you don't immediately be like, oh my gosh, and fall back into old patterns. If you've done your work and you're actively dating and talking to other people, you'll notice things. You'll pick up on different things, right? So you'll see and hear things, and that way you won't be easily triggered to like either like fall back into old habits and stuff like that. So you just stay aware of all the things that are going on. Just mindful, just notice things. But I love the conversation we had tonight. I loved it, and it just kind of solidified a lot of the things that we say in this chat. And I never thought about it that way. It's like he said, I didn't know what this was. I said, I don't know. And then I thought about, like previous times. I was like, you're right. How would you know? He was like, if that's the case, then we've been dating for years. Of course, I haven't lived here in 5, but I haven't lived here since 2019. So, man, that ant. It's interesting how small ants are, but them little bites, man. Could you imagine if they were any bigger? Ugh, yuck. Yuck. Ew. How are you, Abigail? King, I have no idea. She just stopped answering my calls. Then texted me to leave her alone. Wow. Were you love bombing her? Where are you located, King? And then here goes that communication piece, right? Like how you're talking, how are you responding to them? And then what is it that you're saying? Because everybody's talking different languages. Like I'll reflect back on a lot of the stuff that I said. And when I did get like, I don't get angry, but when I do feel like I'm lashing out or saying something, I'm gonna say, I didn't like this, I didn't like that, and so right, that's where that tune out went, and so that's exactly what he said. They tune out, so I said, okay, so let me not do that. I'm very much more mindful of my delivery. That goes back to public speaking. That goes back to the conversation we have in this chat, and making sure that what I'm saying actually lands on ears that can receive it and not deaf ears, right? Because to do all this talking and you don't understand what I'm saying, or to have all this bad blood against us, or not bad blood, but thank you, Dean. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, Jones. Thank you. Okay, I'm in Toronto. Love bomb. Okay. I know that Crystal thinks I'm upset with her though. After that, but I'm not. Right. That's what I'm saying. Because you're staring and she didn't know what's going on. She's not saying anything. It's just awkward for no reason. It didn't have to be. And so yeah, he might have stared because he was caught off guard, right? You were caught off guard. She was caught off guard. He's caught off guard. Right? That's all. But don't make it weird, right? You don't have to make it weird. You just what's up and keep it moving. You got the girl. It is what it is. Keep it moving. So now y'all have to have a conversation about it, because now you're just going to let it be unrested, and it's just weird. You might as well talk about it, let it air it out, and say, hey, instead of, and here's the thing, and don't assume, right? Hey, that situation was, what were your thoughts about it, right? Don't even think that may be how she's thinking, right? Just ask her how she feels. Hey, how was that for you tonight? To see your ex and your new man in the same place. That probably had her all out of sorts. Ask her, how was that for you? And see how she feels, right? Cuz don't let me sleep on all that on all that energy in my brain. And then try to go to sleep and stuff. Ask me about that stuff. Let me talk through that. Let me get those emotions out. Don't let me keep that in. So that way y'all can have that conversation and she can already start it, because she's still gonna have that conversation with her girlfriends. And that's where it'll get deeper, but at least that helps your communication and your connection with her. Talked about it and we resolved the issue, but I told her I wasn't going to do anything or say anything. All right. So why would she think you're mad? No. If y'all already talked about it, why would she think you're mad? Yeah, we did. All right. If I don't like someone, I will speak to them. I was gonna say something else. What was I gonna say? You said if I don't talk to them, I won't. If I don't like them, I won't speak to them. Dang, I was gonna say something else to that point. Q, you still here? Q just want to know about the date, and he gone. Just want to be nosy. Do, do, do. Okay. We finished dinner. I just cleaned up and sat down. I didn't say anything to her. Right. So now so dinner was all quiet now, right? For no reason. Right. Q was gone. Q. He just wanted to know about my date and disappeared. To me, yeah. It's interesting. It's interesting because I'll be thinking something and assuming that you know what I mean, and you have no clue. You have absolutely no clue what I mean. And I'm like, how did they not know this? Like, if he wasn't for him saying that, I would have said that the other person, I didn't respond back. I didn't be like, shoot, you right, I gave you the whatcom. But even as I went back and read what I wrote in text, it could still mean, like, I don't know. It doesn't necessarily mean that, like, I was like, hey, okay, I have time. Do you want to so and so? I didn't ask those questions. So, but you never replied back. So that's my thing. Like, if you say something to me that you're interested in somebody, and then you don't give a reply back, then. Whether you squirrel or not. Squirrel, squirrel. Hey, Crystal. How are you, honey? How you feeling? Good. Okay, yeah. Dean told me what happened with y'all tonight. How was that initial feeling for you? But okay, yeah, so let's talk about that, because he says you think that he thinks that you're mad. But my question is, you were going to be caught off guard anyway, right? Because never in a million years do you ever expect to be with your man and run into your ex. However, Deem is very, like, antisocial. And so that's why I was wondering what that felt like for you. Like, what were your emotions at that time? Did you notice Deem's emotions first, or did you notice your ex first? I mean, it was weird, right? That we seen him. I wasn't expecting that to happen, but honestly, didn't want Deem to get upset. Right. Exactly. Right. Because it's awkward anyway. It's awkward. It's awkward to see an ex anyway, let alone with a new person. But unless you were with, you are in a good, you're in a good space. What I was telling Deem is that, when a woman is loved correctly, you are going to give off energy of, like, that's magnetic, because you're vibrating at a different level. And so you're going to attract that to you. Now, the man didn't know you was going to be in the store, obviously. But you probably energetically attracted him to you just because your energy is so happy and you're feeling so good. That's probably why he's in your aura anyway. But everything is a test. So it's a, but this was really about Deem trying to see how he was going to pass this. But if you act as though it's nothing, then it's nothing. If you act as though it's something, then it makes it something, right? Like, if you had just seen him, say, "Oh, hey," and just acknowledge him and keep it moving, because we know him, right? But it makes it awkward if y'all do like a staring contest, and he don't talk, you don't talk, and you looking at him, he looking at him, and then that makes it weird. But if y'all just say, "Hey," or just nah, what's up, and keep it moving, then it's nothing. Then you forget that it even happened, right? But the back and forth staring and stuff makes it something. Like, this ant bit me on my leg, and if I didn't feel it, it wouldn't have bothered me, right? It'd have been gone over. But because I'm scratching it, I'm making it something. But when the ant bit me, I was like, "Ow," and I walked, and it was nothing. But the fact that I keep scratching it, I'm making it something. So that's what I'm saying. Just, hey, keep it moving. I noticed Steve's emotions because I knew something was off when I looked at his eyes. I'm very happy and grateful. Exactly right. Yeah. So that's all. And I told him, I said, girl, I said, I don't even know what to do or say. Yeah, I know you was caught off guard. But he also said that you were watching, Dean was honestly reading his energy. Right. And that's what I was explaining to him. He said you were watching Love After Lockup. And I said, yes. I said, because Dean, the way you are with your emotions and how you pop off, I was like, you gonna mess around. If you mess around and get to that level, she gonna be in that situation, loving you and you in lockup. So I was like, you need to control your emotions. You gotta handle that. Because otherwise she's gonna be in that situation where Dean gonna be behind bars and you gonna be going to see him and you love him, but we're not doing none of that. So he's gonna have to manage his emotions. He's like, the guy was staring at him. I said, acknowledge and keep moving. That's it. Everything is a test. But everything don't have to be like somebody's doing this and you pop off. No. It's cool. It's cool. Yeah. Exactly. So you gotta watch his emotions now. He told me he don't want to fight somebody. I said, fight somebody for what? Because they stared at you? Say, take a picture, it lasts longer. Oh, goodness. But yeah, y'all gonna be fine. But that was a test. So, there'll be other tests, but that was y'all's first one. Hey, Sean. How are you, honey? How are you this evening? Deem always have been like that. They went to the same school we all did, and Deem never really. Oh. So here's the thing. If Deem, y'all went to the same school, he never liked him, and he's your ex. So it's like all three in one. So he was like, he's staring. It's like, but y'all went to school together. So he was like, he probably was like, man, he looked familiar. Does Deem look different than how he looked in high school or school or whatever? Do all y'all look different? I'm like, has any y'all gained weight? You lost weight? I'm like, you know, I'm sure it's been a while. Sometimes you're like, dang, where do I know so and so from, right? It can be all the things. I just think sometimes we overreact and don't know all the background of all of it. Doing good, just chilling at home. All right, good, Sean. What at home? How you feeling? Is the pneumonia gone yet? That's good. That's a little bit of light. Just about. Oh, good. Yay. I love that. Okay. Dean is more built. It's growing out his hair. Okay. So, yeah. It could be that. He's more built than he was before. I don't know. But I just think just had to watch your emotions. Because to get to be 0 to 100 all the time is exhausting. Demon's acting like his pit bulls. Shh, calm down. When I say everyone knows Dean, I mean they know. But why? But why though? Why is he always so angry? It's not everybody. Everybody knows it, but that doesn't make it right. Right? Because everybody knows it. That doesn't make it right. Is it a chemical imbalance? Like, what is it? What is it? I was looking at this video. The guy he had some like traumatic brain injury or something, and so he's like, I don't know, I just can't control. I was like, well, that's a little different, but still, that's not good for safety for children. You can't handle your emotions. I'm not talking about Dean, but you know. If I had to say, it's probably due to him dealing with a lot of trauma. Yeah. Gotcha. Was he ever like did anybody ever like pick on him or bully him or something? He's been through a lot. And he never went to any therapy or anything. He's gone through something, I think. He's come a long way, but he still got some ways to go. Broke my nail. Ugh, so mad. I broke my nail. People used to, but they stopped when he started getting bigger. So he used to get picked on. Okay. Ooh, did I cut that right? I don't think I cut that right. Gotcha. Okay. Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad y'all, hopefully y'all, have more conversations about it and everything. Yeah, but I don't think it bothered him. If anything, it molded him and motivated him. Well, I think it did, because he wouldn't be so angry if it had to be something, because he's always on like 10. Take my contacts out. Let me see if yeah. Hey, Roshan. Oh. You, girl. I see you had a date. Hey, beautiful. How you doing? I'm good, Roshan. How are you? I'm good. Yes, I had a date. The interesting thing was that he was like, honestly, I did message him out the blue. So he was like, he was down. He was like, honestly, I didn't know what this was. And I said, well, I thought it was understood that anything that's late night, that's after dark, is considered a date in my book. And he said, well, honestly, I didn't know. And then I think Q said the person who initiates sets the tone, which is interesting because I don't know that I knew that either. I was like, oh, that's a good way to put it. So yeah, so I thought it was a date. He just got off of work, so he was like, he was down for whatever, but he didn't know it was a date either. So I thought that was interesting. I said, so communication is very important. And hey, Luke, how are you? And then also our delivery of the way we say things. Like when we get upset and say, well, you didn't do this, you didn't do it, you didn't do this. That's not, men don't like to be told what to do. So they immediately tune you out. Instead of leading with emotion. So if you're ever in a situation and you don't like something, instead of like, I don't like this, I don't like that, you just like, that made me really uncomfortable. Or that made me really sad. And it feels weird because it feels like why do I have to talk like this? It's about how old are we? But that's how they communicate. That's how they understand what we mean. So we have to lead by feeling. So if we don't like something, well, that made me feel really uncomfortable. When you didn't say anything in the store and gave me the side eye, right? Like that made me feel really uncomfortable. I don't like that feeling. You know what I mean? Instead of being like, I don't like that you just was looking at him hard and not saying anything and getting all mad at and not looking at me and and that would have caused an issue. But if you said, yeah, that, like I felt really uncomfortable when I was in the store and I'm looking at you and I can't calm you down, but I can see you get riled up and I didn't know how to handle it. You know what I mean? That makes for much better delivery than I don't like the, that kind of stuff. So this was a good conversation. Hey, Mr. Unknown, how are you? Good, thanks for asking. Hope you're doing well. I'm great, Blue. Great. Like Tony the Tiger. Okay, it's good. He's very accommodating. Opened the doors. I also forget sometimes that men open doors. So I opened. I was like, close the back. Thank you. Got a little mini massage. A little mini massage. It was nice. Luke said, Dean said that's a bad situation. Asian Dean said there's still a few good women around. Yeah, I know that they're out there. It's just I'm really exploring right now. I'm truly exploring. I'm dating, And for women honestly, we don't know how to date. We will date one and then that's it. We'll give that one person all of our time and all of our attention when it doesn't need to be in that way. Like if you're actively dating, you need to be dating almost like 2 and 3 people at a time because our emotions get the best of us. And so we'll get really invested in one and we'll ignore all the flags, all of them. So that's why you date multiple. So that way, if one does something, it doesn't stay on your brain all night and all day because, oh my God, he didn't message me back and he didn't do this and he didn't do that. But if you're dating multiple, it's like, okay, well, I'm just go out with this one. You know what I mean? So you find better use of your time instead of just harping on the fact that you just got left on red. And then when I was on the date, he did mention that he was like, men are kind of like, he's like, they say there is a little truth to like men are dogs. He was like, only because we have a shorter attention span. He's like, is that a squirrel? And they often do something else. And then you're mad that they left you on red, but they just, easily distracted. And I'm sure it got worse after COVID with all the stuff we be seeing on our social media feeds and stuff. Which may be why that you see your exes will always be like looking at your old stories and chats and posts. It doesn't mean anything, but sometimes you'll think it means something. Like, oh, he looking at my feed, he looking at my stories, he looking at my posts. Okay. It's not always the case. Who said, okay, Internet Explorer? Internet Explorer, he went way back. Internet Explorer, you remember that? Tim said that he heard that from you, but he wanted me and only me and girl. No, well, y'all are different though, because you're not actively like going back out in the dating scene, right? Like you wanted him. I think it's interesting that both of y'all's exes came back up within the time that y'all been together. That's not coincidental. Right? These things happen for a reason to see how you're going to handle them. These open portals to your next level of awareness, your next level of awakening for whatever's happening in your relationships, right? So that's what I'm saying. Like him running into that girl right before, or not him, her messaging and calling and all that stuff and wanting to meet up and stuff. And then he said no to her. And then I want to say a day or two after you probably messaged him. Like it was literally that fast, right? And then now y'all are together and now you're in a really good space, right? Really good energy. And then you see your ex. Like these things are like tests to see how y'all are going to handle them moving forward. Everything is a test. And that's rare. And that is so rare, Crystal, that you don't have social media. Because what were you doing with your time? So it's almost as if you were preparing for him and he was preparing for you. So that was good. That was, y'all were both doing the work on yourselves. But what were you doing in the interim without social media? Because I'm very curious. I was like, that is very rare for you not to have social media. Do you have a big family? Do you have siblings? Maybe you're getting together in my life. Okay. Yes, I do. 3 brothers and my friends are my sisters. Okay. So you're the only girl. And all boys. So you can get along with Dean because you've had brothers. And you understand their temperament. Okay. Yeah. Gotcha. Okay. And then you feel safe with Dean because he, he go crack crack. Dean and brother different. How so? How are your brothers? What do you mean? My brothers will try to figure out what happened with something, and Dean will get to the bottom of the situation and handle it. Gotcha. Okay. Okay. I'm excited to see how y'all's relationship unfolds. Hold on. It'll be interesting to see. What time is it? Oh, 2:20. 2:21. At 222, that stands for companion. Companionship either with someone else or with yourself. 221. Where are my socks? 222. All right. Oh, goodness. Well. Dean is crazy. He's a good, organized, crazy. Right. That's why we don't need him to be in jail, because if he in jail, he did it. And premeditated. You said you just came from the day. Hold on. You said you just came from the day. Look like feeling good. You still looking like that. You look like going on a date. Mama, you just got beautiful skin. Thank you, Roshan. I appreciate that. Yeah. I took off I actually just bought the makeup remover things because I was on these lives and falling asleep in my makeup. But I went to the store and I said I'm gonna buy more makeup. I want to be more conscious of it, and I want to wear more makeup. I'm not a makeup wearer by nature, but there is a study that came out that said women who wear makeup make 30% more income in their jobs. I said, "Where's that makeup? Did you say how much?" And I was like, I wonder why. But I think it becomes a matter of, if I'm wearing makeup, then that means I'm taking time to make sure I look good, right? And so because I'm taking time to make sure I'm looking good and I'm investing in myself, that costs money. Investing in yourself, makeup costs money, right? Makeup is not necessarily really cheap. So by putting on makeup and stuff, you can already tell that somebody's interested in how they look in their appearance, and so they generally make 30% more. Take that with as you will, you know. And if you need to use it, go ahead and use it. Make sure you ask for 30% more in raise. I need the 30% more because I look good. Duh. He said he currently look at the No, seriously, Dean would know how to get away with just about anything. He's very smart. He might not have liked school and some his teachers, but he was always paying attention and listening to class. Yeah, the guy even tonight said that. He said men are really good at oh, look, retouch. Let me see. Retouch on, retouch off. I look the same, don't I? A little bit cleaner. Let's retouch. That's no filter. All right, and then seriously. Oh, excuse me. They said men are better at multitasking. Men can multitask more tasks than we do. Like, we were eating ice cream, walking across the street, and he was talking to me. I was like, "Oh, I can't do all three. I cannot try and eat ice cream, holding my head down, trying to eat." This wasn't like an ice cream cone. This was like an ice cream cup. It's already midnight. You know what I mean? Like, it's already late. Trying to eat and then walk and then step down off of curbs and step on what comes and then talk. I was like, I can't do all three. And so he proved my point, but at the same time he said women can't focus on many different things, but our focus we have a longer sense of focus. Was that what person cute? It was like okay. All right, Crystal. Well. I'm glad he has you, Crystal. I'm glad you are the only one that can talk his language, okay? You are the only one, girl. Yes, I'm about to get off of here in like 2 minutes. I'm about to put these socks on my feet. I'm going to bed. I'm sleeping. And I had my ice cream. I tried to make sure I stayed up at least 3 hours after I ate that food. I got on here with y'all. What time is it? Yeah, that's enough. I'm about to go to bed. All right, y'all. Oh gosh. Yes, you know I gotta be able to comprehend my man, girl. Yeah, because you're the only one who could talk that language. The language of demon. Nobody else understands it but you. Y'all got a secret code. I love it. All right, y'all. My name is Aysia Smiles. We go nightly. We go live every night around 10:30, unless I'm on a date. Then we push it back. Every night around 10:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. So check for us again tomorrow, 10:30 Eastern Daylight Time. We'll do this again. As always, keep smiling, keep shining. You got this. I love you all. See you tomorrow. Good night. Bye. By the way, this is how I look at him in the picture. You gotta send it to me later. I can't even see it. It's so small. It's so small in the chat. Oh goodness. I had to get my laptop and get shit. Make sure you use that same picture tomorrow. Email is success at coachasia@gmail.com. Yeah. Success at coachasia@gmail.com. Success with Coach Aysia. Thank you. Success with Coach Aysia. Good night, y'all. I love y'all. Bye.